On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, we are doing a neighborhood tour over here at Southridge. A few months ago, I did a neighborhood tour through Eastridge. This is gonna be the same builders within that community, same type of feel. This is the road that this neighborhood is off of, so not a lot of infrastructure around here. The tax rate in here is gonna be 2.21%, but these are gonna be kind of where the bigger lots are at. So they are doing some 40s, and then they're also doing some 50s and a little bit bigger than that. Down to Dallas is gonna be 55 minutes.
So that makes sense.
Howdy folks, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a neighborhood tour over here at Southridge. A few months ago, I did a neighborhood tour through Eastridge. This is gonna be the same builders within that community, same type of feel, and about the same area. It makes sense to me why they called this Southridge, because it is south of Eastridge, but I don't quite understand why they called it Eastridge, because that's north of Southridge. So maybe one day there'll be a Northridge north of Eastridge, or I don't really know what they're doing with the developments out here. I mean, there's really nothing. I'd figure I'd show you guys kind of the drive-in and what everything looks like around here. It's really nothing. It's just a bunch of farmland, land for sale. This neighborhood is sort of off 380, but due to the amount of traffic that goes in through Princeton, and I've mentioned this a couple times on my video and also on the live streams, over there it is just a complete headache to drive through that. So the GPS actually kind of takes you through New Hope in that small city, and then it kind of spits you back out onto a county road. And then the neighborhood is just located right off this here. Over to the left, you can kind of see it popping out right there, but there's no access point on this side. It's going to be a little bit further down off this main road to actually be able to access the front of it or get into where the homes are. So this neighborhood is though going to be located within Collin County. We are technically still in McKinney, but I would say we're more into the New Hope and Princeton area more than anything. You're kind of far away from all the amenities that McKinney has to offer with those types of things. We'll go left here, and then there is like a lagoon community coming over on this side as well, and maybe I'll do a neighborhood tour about that in a little bit. But we're gonna check out Southridge today because I've had some families ask me about it, because the school district that this one is zoned for is Princeton ISD, which some people look at the ratings and they're okay with Princeton and being a little bit further out just because the school ratings around here are a little bit better. But this is the road that this neighborhood is off of, so not a lot of infrastructure around here, not going to be a whole bunch of lights. They do have some small power lines, but really other than that, it's going to be just a couple one-lane roads going each direction, and that's about it. And then you just randomly come across this neighborhood here. So the builders in here, it's going to be Trophy Signature, and then it's going to be Meritage. So same type of deal as the Eastridge community that I've done a tour over, and we'll get into this one, kind of drive around. The tax rate in here is going to be 2.21%, and then the HOA is going to be $600 annually. They do already have a few homes sold in here, a few homes already moved in, but this is kind of more at the beginning of the neighborhood, if anything. So we'll go down most of the streets here. It is going to be not the biggest community. I think it's going to be a little bit bigger than, like, let's call it a boutique community. I'm starting to hear more of these sales agents use that word, boutique community, rather than master plan community. Majority of this neighborhood is built along that front road, and then it goes a little bit further back. There are a couple cul-de-sacs here and there within the community, and then there are going to be some not like nature trails where it's like you take a mountain bike through it and you're on the dirt, but there are going to be some walking and bike trails that you can kind of take throughout the community. Let me actually get down a street where there's some homes built off of. I'm just driving down cul-de-sacs right now with no homes. All right, let's go down this way. Okay, we'll go down this main road here. And there's a little bit of a creek that splits kind of the other side of the development. So some of these lots here are going to get some privacy. They are going to be up on a retaining wall. The retaining wall is not too big, but these are going to be kind of where the bigger lots are at. So they are doing some 40s, and then they're also doing some 50s and a little bit bigger than that. Meritage has like 3 different series of builds that they're doing within this community, and then it's just going to keep going a little bit further back of here. So let me pull over and talk about the floor plans real quick and kind of what to expect from there. So for Meritage, their spring series, which is going to be their smaller floor plans, they're going to have 6 floor plans. They're going to have the Sequoia 3-bed 2-bath 1,318 square feet starting at $298,000. The Congaree 3-bed 2-bath 1,551 square feet starting at $323,000. The Layson plan 3-bed 2.5 bath 1,948 square feet starting at $363,000. And then on the high end, the Gateway plan 4-bed 2.5 bath 2,337 square feet starting at $383,000. Here's the plat map for that series. The green is going to be available, the red's going to be sold, and then the blue is going to be quick move-in. For their signature series, they also had 6 floor plans in there. I just pulled out 5 of them. They have the Oleander 3-bed 2-bath 1,833 square feet starting at $373,000. The Preston plan 4-bed 3-bath 2,059 square feet starting at $393,000. The Henderson plan 4-bed 3-bath 2,260 square feet starting at $411,000. The Kessler plan 5-bed 3-bath 3,060 square feet starting at $445,000. And then on the high end, the Bexar plan 4-bed 3.5 bath 3,100 square feet starting at $471,000. And for the biggest lots in here is going to be their Premier series. They have 4 floor plans on there. They have the Providence 4-bed 3-bath 2,477 square feet starting at $454,000. The Capital plan 4-bed 3-bath 2,756 square feet starting at $472,000. The Oxford plan 5-bed 4-bath 3,256 square feet starting at $515,000. And then the New Haven plan 6-bed 4-bath 3,673 square feet starting at $551,000. Let me throw up the plat map for the signature series on there. So green's going to be available, red is going to be sold, and you can kind of see where those lots are facing and where they're located within the neighborhood. And then here is the Premier series, and these are going to be their biggest floor plans on there. Green's going to be available, red is going to be sold, and you can kind of see which way those homes are facing in the direction. For Trophy Signature, they're going to have 2 types of series. They're going to have the Texas series, which is going to be like their 40-foot lots. They have 6 floor plans in there. They have the Ash 3-bed 2-bath 1,248 square feet starting at $304,000. The Birch plan 3-bed 2-bath 1,351 square feet starting at $314,000. The Elm 3-bed 3-bath 1,790 square feet starting at $365,000. The Oak 4-bed 2.5 bath 2,386 square feet starting at $400,000. The Willow plan 4-bed 3.5 bath 2,557 square feet starting at $415,000. And then for their larger 50-foot lots, that's the Trophy series. They have 7 floor plans on there. They have the Emmy 4-bed 2-bath 1,818 square feet starting at $367,000. The Oscar plan 4-bed 3-bath 2,185 square feet starting at $392,000. The Masters plan 5-bed 4-bath 2,955 square feet starting at $462,000. The Winters plan 5-bed 3-bath 3,139 square feet starting at $482,000. And then the Wimbledon plan 5-bed 4-bath 3,331 square feet starting at $492,000. Here's the plat map for Trophy Signature. The dark orange on there is what's going to be available inventory, which seems to be the thing that they're doing. Also was the thing that they were doing over at the Eastridge community, where they were just putting up a bunch of inventory homes and then having buyers go pick from there. The blue is going to be the future release. So that's maybe what you could build on and then be able to buy later on into the future. Not sure when those are going to be released, but probably here soon, because it looks like they have a good bit of this first phase kind of already developed out. I'm sure they want to close on a few more inventory homes and get that squared away before they kind of move into the next stuff. But there is still going to be some future stuff in here, and if you are in that budget under $400,000, this isn't too far away from $380,000. I do think like the biggest headache you're going to run into with this neighborhood is just the commute getting out of here. I personally would rather live up in Van Alstyne, off one of those neighborhoods off 75 highway that's a little bit further up, rather than being out here where it's a bunch of county roads and you're gonna have to just sit through traffic on 380, which which the traffic is heavy there because there's a bunch of lights that you have to sit through. So it's a little bit more of a headache on that side of things. So I think, you know, if you're looking at this area over here, you know, don't skip over Van Alstyne. It might look like it's a lot further on the map, but sometimes you can get down to places a little bit quicker just because you can hop on 75 highway and be able to do like a straight shot down to Dallas rather than being out here and having to drive through, you know, 380 highway and dealing with that type of traffic, because it is a headache, guys. That is just something you need to know, especially if you're relocating and you're just not aware of this area and kind of how things go. I mean, just look how small these houses are. It's just, look at this little guy. It's just a garage. I mean, I'd rather pick a 2-story plan, of course, at the end of the day on these 40-foot lots, but man, they are tight. Okay, 38 homes active on the market from what I was looking at on the MLS, where the builders have actually put their stuff on the MLS. They're all quick move-ins in here. There have been some homes that have sold, but those don't pop up on the MLS, so I'm not really able to pull out what the official closings are. But for the low end in here, quick move-in, you got a 2024 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,248 square feet, listed at $304,000 at $244 per square foot. And then on the high end, there is a 2024 6-bed, 4-bath, 3,673 square feet, listed at $570,000 at $155 per square foot. So you kind of have that range over. Some of the bigger lots in here are building at like 150, 160 per square foot. And honestly, if these interest rates keep going up, and we're also getting into the months where more stuff is going to start getting listed, you could see some of that price per square foot start dipping down a bit more. The average home was a 2024 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,570 square feet at $453,000 at $181 per square foot. So that's kind of the middle as to where this neighborhood is sitting at. You are gonna have like a little amenity pool area. That is a park. Okay, that is a nice park. Like some of these other neighborhoods I go through, the parks are so sad. You're paying $700 annually for your HOA. You're not even getting a nice park. This one actually has kind of a nice park feel to it. I don't mind that one. That one actually has like a jungle gym, got a couple slides, got a pavilion. That actually feels like a real park. The school district in here is going to be Princeton ISD. That's going to be Green Elementary, Southridge Middle School, and then Princeton High School. The commute out of here down to Dallas is going to be 55 minutes. DFW Airport is going to be 45 minutes. Fort Worth is going to be an hour and 10 minutes away. Nearest hospital is 20 minutes away. And then the grocery store is 7 minutes away. So at least the grocery store is fairly close. You're not gonna have like your restaurants, your Starbucks, your fast food, like all that stuff's gonna be like 10 minutes outside the neighborhood. You're gonna have to go down into Princeton off 380 to kind of get further into those areas. So that's gonna come later, and that could come in like 3 years from now. I would imagine probably within the next year to 2 years. They're not really gonna have a lot of commercial things developed outside of these neighborhoods quite yet, but I do imagine that that's going to change, especially in 10 years from now. These areas are going to be developed out because they're fairly close to 380 highway, and that seems to be where most of these neighborhoods are getting built off of right now. So let me just drive down this last street here, but for the most part, that's going to be like the community, and checking out Southridge today and showing you guys that. So here's like the next bit of homes that are coming in with the sheathing. They're framed up, and then on the back side of these, there are some homes that look a little bit more finished, and then the neighborhood is just going to keep going a little bit further back. So there are going to be quite a bit of homes in here. Yeah, I would say that this is more on the scale of a bigger master plan community. You're just not going to get a ton of amenity centers, but at least you get some. HOA is decent in here at $600. Now, you're not going to get like front yard maintenance or things like that, but at $600 annually, I don't really see that a lot. Usually like neighborhood's got to be like $140 a month to get like some front yard maintenance with it from the other neighborhoods that I've kind of come across. So that is gonna do it for today's video and showing you guys what Southridge kind of looks like. This is like right at the beginning of this neighborhood. I mean, it's a little bit past right at the beginning, but I would say it's still at the beginning for how big this community is gonna be. So if you are on the timeline of maybe a year, 2, 3 years out from now, trying to figure out where you kind of want to end up or relocate to, this could be an area. Now, if you ask me like, hey, which builder would you take over the other? I mean, they're about in line with each other. I mean, I'd probably take a Trophy Signature over a Meritage, but then again, we're comparing apples with apples here. So I think it just comes down to like the floor plan, where the lot's located, and that type of stuff that's gonna add more value to the house than picking between the different builders. So that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.